Now a break in the case of a double in Miramar.
2 people now behind bars, including a South Florida rapper.
That's right, and take a look here. Just moments ago, we obtained this rapper's mugshot from the Broward County Jail.
Back in October, local 10 News cameras were rolling outside the emergency entrance of Miramar Memorial Hospital. Detectives reported the pair arrived in a 2018 Jeep, its rear windshield appearing intact. The much-anticipated retrial of YNW Melly has now been pushed all the way to 2027, allegedly due to co-defendant YNW Bortlen cooperating with authorities. It began when word broke that Melly's double retrial was postponed yet again. At a hearing on Friday, August 8, the 4th District Court of Appeals issued a stay, giving time for the state attorney's office to review a pending motion. This stay halts any September trial date, moving it to January 2027. Prosecutors are reportedly working on a deal with Bortlen, which is why they need over a year to lock in all the details. Media outlets reported a no-communication order has been filed in the YNW Melly case. The order forces Melly and Bortlen into complete separation, no speaking, no legal discussions, total silence, as prosecutors push to tie them together in the next trial, cornering Bortlen into testifying.
Try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It's just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
At the start of Wednesday's hearing, Judge Martin Feen heard Bortlen's attorney state, so, Mr. Haddad, for now, Mr. Henry will remain set for trial alongside YNW Melly, confirming the two will face charges together, though at a later date. If Bortlen knows he didn't commit the crime, he can't realistically take a life sentence just because he's known as Melly's best friend. That makes it highly possible he'll shift blame toward Melly, just as Melly had tried doing to him in the first trial. What many don't realize is Melly and Bortlen haven't spoken in years. Ever since Melly's lawyer attempted to pin the murders on Bortlen, their friendship dissolved completely.
Mr. Henry is going to remain set for trial September the 10th at 9 o'clock with Mr. Demons, pending whatever future motion that I may hear. I'm in another capital case right now. I have 4 hearing dates left available between now and September the 10th. I gave the parties those 4 dates, and I'm holding all of those dates and times open only for these 2 defendants. So anything that you need me for, okay? Yes, sir.
It was, in fact, Melly's own attorney who argued that YNW Bortlen had been lying to federal agents. Investigators claim Bortlen had gunpowder residue on his hands and was the last person seen with UV and sack chaser before they died. Prosecutors even brought in a forensic scientist to testify in detail, presenting Bortlen as a likely shooter.
Those were his lies. Courtroom Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 bodies, car riddled with bullets. And when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having a phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Courtroom Henry.
This is believed to be the moment Bortlen severed ties with Melly, right after Melly's mistrial was declared. Reports say that same day, Bortlen tweeted a cryptic message reading, "Mind games don't work on people like me," followed by a handshake emoji, hinting at a deal in motion. The disturbing part? Investigators have uncovered evidence giving Bortlen every reason to testify against Melly.
So the right hand of Courtroom Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of residue and two component particles. and the left hand contained one particle characteristic of residue and one two-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was residue present on the hands.
During a search of Bortlen's home, officers reportedly found hand-drawn diagrams showing jurors' seating positions from Melly's trial, along with physical descriptions. These sketches were allegedly made before Melly's legal team outed him in court, making it appear Bortlen was preparing to target jurors if they convicted Melly.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortlen was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Longtime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortlen, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortlen allegedly tampered with the witness.
The situation for Melly worsens because Bortlen can now authenticate new evidence prosecutors intend to introduce. Among it is a Facebook photo of Melly with Young Thug, used to suggest Melly is affiliated with the same Red Street Gang prosecutors say Thug is tied to.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortlen, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on. It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
In a surprising turn, Melly urges lawyers in court to just let the prosecution use the evidence, acknowledging that Bortlen would validate it anyway, given his apparent cooperation. Media outlets reported, today's hearing marked the first time Melly openly defied his legal team in court, with him raising his voice to insist the evidence will be confirmed regardless.
Same thing, the use of the slap term, 5-point star, snake. He's saying he's YSL, he's hanging with him. And he puts up his YNW for life hashtag on it with Mr. Demons having big B hand signs displayed.
Right, and see with individuals again, I'm assuming that's also the Young Thug. That's also unknown.
Yes.
Also important to your investigation, correct?
Yes.
Also publicly available for anyone to see and capture.
Court attendees overheard Melly saying, "I don't care. I'm not in no gang. They can't prove it."
Yes, sir. Against our advice, our client wants to proceed.
You objected to it. Your request for me to determine this automatic stay.
Based upon what our client has instructed us.
Prosecutors also plan to introduce statements from a former O-Block member who claims Melly confided a secret King Von had told him. Before Von's death and Melly's arrest, they were close friends. According to the witness, Von said Melly had been asking how to handle people, implying elimination.
I'm aware that 924-071 call for an automatic stay while
they were aggravators. They go to membership, and again, there are things that the jury would have to find before going into penalty.
Not aggravator, that's the death penalty. Aggravator, that's the enhancement itself, Your Honor. That was charged. He was charged in committing the murder for the further, which is an aggravator in terms of the guilt.
Something that they would have to find by way of an interrogatory.
Yes.
With the trial delayed, prosecutors now have 2 full years to make this evidence admissible. If they succeed, Melly faces life in prison. This is compounded by another ongoing case that also carries a life sentence. Melly dodged conviction in his first trial only because his ex-girlfriend, Mariah Hamilton, fled the country and refused to testify. Just last month, she attempted to re-enter the U.S.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was 2 friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vaughn was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? Walter Bam. I'm like, you sitting up here like you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
Mariah was immediately arrested upon arrival and reportedly had a rough time in custody. At her first court hearing, the judge offered her a deal, testify against Melly truthfully, and she'd walk free. She accepted without hesitation. This is devastating for Melly. She even posted on Facebook, "To my village, thank you. I love you all so much. God's plan, not mine." All she must do now is confirm evidence found in her iCloud showing Melly pressuring her not to testify, a crime known as witness tampering, which could seal a life
Mariah
sentence.
Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
This witness tampering charge is separate from the Sack Chaser and Juve case. It's entirely possible Melly could beat the murder case, but if Mariah verifies those messages, he'll spend the rest of his life behind bars.
The state filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
Because of the alleged tampering via jail phones, Melly has been barred from phone access for over a year. His mother, Jamie King, even gave an interview accusing the jail of denying her son the ability to call home or receive his own mail.
Are now charged with witness tampering. There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
if the phone evidence exists, that's exactly why it's being cut off. Authorities wouldn't enforce such restrictions without proof, as it could lead to a multi-million-dollar lawsuit. Jamie King says she's heartbroken and powerless, feeling her son is being stripped of basic human treatment.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
The situation drew heavy public attention, especially from within the rap world. Charleston White commented that Melly deserves no special treatment simply for being famous, particularly if he misused jail calls to commit crimes.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
It also caught the eye of rap veteran Boosie, who empathized with Jamie King, noting his own mother endured similar pain.
The YNW Melly. I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing, about being mistreated, when you done chose to play somebody.
Despite all this, Melly scored a significant courtroom victory that could influence a potential bond release. This came after an FBI agent, an expert in cell phone data, took the stand to discuss Melly's phone activity during the crime.
Okay, so
then I met his mama while he was in.
Oh, okay.
I met his mom while he was in, and she real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman, bro. And when I see them mamas like that, it remind me of what my mom was going through, bro.
While the testimony revealed key information, it was the next witness that shifted momentum. A DNA analyst testified about multiple pieces of evidence collected from the scene, including items inside the Jeep. He confirmed Melly's DNA was absent from many of them.
Based on the information, you can't really tell the court precisely which locations these phones are following in Kenya.
One of the limitations of cellular analysis is that you can only say a general area where the device would be at a given time.
All right. So even with the general analysis, all of the stuff that we've gone through for about 4 or 5 hours, at the end of the day, you can never give an exact location.
True.
And could you tell if somebody was walking around a car with the phone? Would you be able to tell that?
No.
So it'd be your testimony that this phone, 9807, could be from here to here, correct?
Yes.
However, his DNA was on the driver's side door handle. Unsurprising, as footage shows him entering there. What remains unclear is why rapper Fredo Bang allegedly picked him up during the time frame of the murders, later dropping him off nearby.
So going to item number 22, the swab from the Gucci sandals. We're able to compare the profile from Mr. Demons as opposed to the profile developed from those sandals.
I did, and he was excluded.
The stain on the front of the t-shirt, item number 23. We're able to compare Mr. Demons' profile to that.
I did a comparison, and he was again excluded.
What about item number 24, the cutting of the stain of the rear of the t-shirt?
After comparisons were done, he was excluded.
Okay, then on item number 25, the swab of stain from the Air Jordans.
Again, an exclusion.
Going on to item number 26, the swab from the yellow jacket.
An exclusion as well.
And in terms of the item number 27 and 28, the swabs at the Gatorade bottles. What were the results on that?
Those were both exclusions.
Bortlen could explain Fredo's involvement, but he can also describe events 5 hours after killings, when Melly allegedly texted, "I did that."
And Chris Thomas are. So what you're also going to find out is while Mr. Devins is out there on the side of the road, 4 in the morning, 4:42 specifically, he sends a drop pin, digital homing beacon, to his current location, to one of his friends, Frederick Givens. Frederick Givens is also involved in the music industry, and he asked to be picked up. Frederick Givens, then about 11 minutes later, is sent another drop pin where Mr. Demons has moved a couple of meters. What you're going to find out as well, though, is these digital leashes, they have more than just phone call.
Bortlen could also clarify why prosecutors claim Melly was unknowingly recorded admitting to the murders just hours after crime, while dancing in a parking lot alongside him.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly count says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Showing zero remorse for the deaths of 2 close friends raises a critical question. Do you believe YW Melly committed these crimes? Drop your opinion in the comments and hit like if you're still a fan of his music.